Hey, what's up, guys? This is the second part. I was previously cut off on the first part of my WWE Money in the Bank review 2016 review. So this is the second part to continuate from that video. I left off talking about John Cena versus AJ Styles. Now, the one thing about this match that I, just completely didn't like was the fact, the build up to this, the way how it overshadowed the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins match, the way how it literally was mainly the match that everyone was talking about, and every time I saw Raw Top 10, this would be on there, and you would never even, Roman Reigns wouldn't even be on the list. The way how this match was considered a dream match, and for it to be the way it turned out, for it to be the way that it happened, is absolutely crazy. Now, I don't understand why they needed the Bullet Club to interfere. I don't get why they couldn't have just had him win clean. I just don't get it. A lot of people were saying that this was going to be exactly like the rivalry between John Cena and Kevin Owens. Some people said Cena was going to bury AJ Styles. Other people said that, this was going to be exactly like his rivalry with Kevin Owens. Well, now we just clearly seen that this is not going to be like the rivalry that he had with Kevin Owens, because in that rivalry, Kevin Owens won by himself. He didn't need help for him to win the match. He beat Cena clean, and that's what made it so good of a rivalry, because to start off, he beat Cena clean. But for AJ Styles to actually get help to win this match is absolutely ridiculous. Because like I said, AJ Styles was doing perfectly fine by himself in this match. Mostly AJ Styles threw most of the moves in this match than John Cena. John Cena had a couple of times where he caught AJ Styles with some moves. But you can clearly see, and I'm not saying that John Cena has lost his touch, but you can really start to see John Cena age show in his matches nowadays. Because this match just proved right here that John Cena is getting older, and that John Cena eventually, based on what I've seen last year and the previous year, eventually might have to start working part-time, because he doesn't do that full-time schedule anymore. There are some nights he's not even on Raw. And you can just obviously see the change that's happening with John Cena. He doesn't even wrestle sometimes on Raw. And for AJ Styles, because AJ Styles, I'll give it credit to AJ Styles. AJ Styles did a heck of a job against John Cena in this match. Most of the moves that was done by AJ Styles. He took it to John Cena. He literally gave it his all in this match. I definitely give AJ Styles credit for that. And this match was actually looking towards going somewhere. It was looking towards actually making history. This match right here was actually, I was actually going to say that this match was a heck of a match, because it was a good match. And John Cena, like I said, had his times where he threw some moves at AJ Styles, but honestly, this was not one of John Cena's best matches that I've seen, especially when he threw a lot more moves in matches with guys like Kevin Owens, and matches like that with guys like Cesaro. He threw a lot more moves than that. But it was a heck of a match. And then all of a sudden, the ref gets knocked out, and then that's when the Bullet Club comes and interfere, and AJ Styles wins like that. For those people that thought that this was going to be exactly like his Kevin Owens and John Cena rivalry, it's completely not going to be that way. This just proved right here the direction that WWE is trying to go, and it really made me sick, absolutely sick, how they had AJ Styles win this way. The fact that they're trying to make it seem like he can't win on his own when he's already proven he can, it just really pisses me off. And the fact that they did this to end it really made me upset. So AJ Styles defeat John Cena with the help of the Bullet Club. Wow. WWE, you're really doing something creative. were just so happy inside that you decided that you were going to have the Bullet Club interfere and for AJ Styles to win that way. No, we're not happy, and we hate, and we completely hate the route that you decided to go. AJ Styles defeat John Cena at WWE Money in the Bank. Wow, just typical thinking from WWE. And what did they do? They decided to do it in that kind of way. Wow. Next up, we have the main event of the night. I was just talking about how this match overshadowed the main event, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Well, now we have the main event, and I'm just going to go out and say that you talk about winning clean, you talk about an actual good match. This match right here was a heck of a match. Seth Rollins, not once but twice, hit Roman Reigns with the pedigree, and the second time he hit it, he won. And what made this match so special was the fact that Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns on his own with no help. He won by himself, and it shocked a lot of people because we didn't expect Roman Reigns to lose his title so fast. But I do remember in recent videos that I've seen, in recent interviews and stuff like that, I do remember of hearing Vince McMahon having doubts about Roman Reigns, having doubts about him being the next man, the next man on the top, having doubts about him being the new face of the WWE. And so for Seth Rollins to go out there and what he did, because Seth Rollins did a heck of a job in his match, he took it to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns had his spots where he took it to Seth Rollins. So this was a really good match. Of course, in the WWE's mind, they tried to make it where Seth Rollins was the heel, Roman Reigns was the face. This was a heck of a match. I really liked everything about this match, actually. It was just called right down the middle, no interference, completely just one-on-one action. Seth Rollins really, like I said, is what made this match good. His high-flying ability, his architecture, just everything he did in this match was just excellent against Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns literally proved in this match that Seth Rollins could basically beat him because, Seth Rollins pinned him clean and he won back his WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But then, the night's not over yet. Dean Ambrose comes in, hits Seth Rollins the briefcase, and Dean Ambrose becomes the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion as he cashes in on Seth Rollins. A lot of people didn't like this, but I'm just going to tell the ultimate truth. Seth Rollins did this exact same thing to Roman Reigns last year at WrestleMania. And it's not like half of us did not see this coming. I already said back in my prediction that people were to actually watch that video. I said on the video that, Dean Ambrose was my second pick of winning the Money in the Bank. And I said, how fitting would it be for Dean Ambrose to go out, cash in his Money in the Bank on the same night that he wins it, and then become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But the way how I said how fitting would it be for him to cash it in on Roman Reigns and become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But I was wrong because I didn't know that Seth Rollins, they were going to actually book him to defeat Roman Reigns. I did not think that Seth Rollins would win the title back this early, coming back from losing it from the title that he never lost due to injury. I did not think the WWE was going to go at that route. So that was a shock to me of how the main event turned out. I did not expect Seth Rollins to defeat Roman Reigns like he did. I did not expect him to pin him 1, 2, 3 like he did. I don't think anybody expected him to defeat Roman Reigns like he did. And I'm going to just be quite honest. If Roman Reigns had been the one to retain his WWE World Heavyweight title, and if Dean Ambrose had cashed in on him, more people would have been happier than him cashing in on Seth Rollins. Now, this makes you question a couple of things. Does this make Dean Ambrose the heel? And does this keep Seth Rollins, and does this fully turn Seth Rollins to a babyface? Or does this keep Seth Rollins as a heel and have Dean Ambrose as a face? Because technically Dean Ambrose is a babyface exactly like Roman Reigns. And there's been a lot of talk of people saying they want Dean Ambrose to turn heel in the same way how they want Roman Reigns to turn heel. So you start to wonder the switch of character with these guys, especially with Dean Ambrose cashing in Money in the Bank, because now people might actually start booing Dean Ambrose. A lot of people are excited, but some people are ultimately mad because you had a guy who they were cheering over against Roman Reigns get the Money in the Bank cashed in on him as soon as he wins the title. Not to say the least, this same exact thing Seth Rollins had did. Only difference is that no one had actually won the match. Brock Lesnar was still champion at the time. He just happened to barge into the match, and he's the only man in history to cash in and actually turn the match into a triple threat at WrestleMania. And then he pins Seth Rollins and becomes the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, he pins Roman Reigns. What am I talking about? He can't pin himself. But, you know, he nearly did the same thing. But the only difference is in this one, Seth Rollins defeat Roman Reigns. A lot of people going against Roman Reigns. I already know why people hate Roman Reigns so much. It's sad, but that's just how it is. And then all of a sudden, we get Dean Ambrose comes out, cashing the Money in the Bank on the same night, becomes WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, I'm interested to see on the route that WWE is going to go with this. You start to wonder if they're going to actually have Dean Ambrose keep the title for a long time. You start to wonder if he's actually going to be capable to be the new face of the WWE. You know, it makes you question a couple of things. Now you can start to see that dream that everybody was talking about. You can start to see it coming true. We've always talked about seeing all three Shield members face each other in a triple threat match. We've seen them in a fatal four-way match with Randy Orton last year at Payback. We've seen that happen. But now this is a build-up to all three men who were once partners facing each other at the next pay-per-view and possibly at SummerSlam. And it makes you wonder who's going to win. It makes you wonder the direction that they're going to go, because every man in this match has a reason. Both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins has a reason to be in this match. Roman Reigns has a reason because he lost his title, rematch clause. Seth Rollins has a reason because he lost his title, rematch clause. So they both have a reason. So this is really interesting, the route that they're going to go, because I think out of everything that happened, pretty much everything that has happened, I predicted what happened. I just happened to be wrong with the winner of the main event, and I just happened to be wrong with the AJ Styles and Cena match, which I was quite frankly disappointed with how it ended. But I was pretty much right with everything that I said was going to happen. I said that Apollo Crews was going to beat Sheamus. That happened. I said the New Day were going to retain. That happened. I stuck with them. A lot of stuff I said ended up happening. The only thing different was I said Roman Reigns, I thought he was going to retain. I didn't think he would lose it that early. I didn't think that he was going to actually lose clean to Seth Rollins. I thought Roman Reigns was going to come out there and retain his title, which he did hit Seth Rollins with a spear, but Seth Rollins kicked out of the spear. So, you know, it's things like that that you don't expect. But Seth Rollins won the title only to lose it to Dean Ambrose. You can only start to wonder the direction that the WWE is going to go. You can only start to wonder if Dean Ambrose would even hold this title for a long time. And it's pretty interesting on the switches of turns of character, or if this is going to make Dean Ambrose a heel and Roman, and if this is going to completely be a babyface turn for Seth Rollins, because more people are going to be cheering for him. So you really start to wonder the route that they're going to go with this and exactly how this is going to play out. So Dean Ambrose cashes in on Seth Rollins right after he defeats Roman Reigns in a really great match. I love this match. You know, this match was done so well. Seth Rollins really went out there and did everything he could. Roman Reigns had a few times where he put in some moves on Seth Rollins, so I give Roman Reigns credit too. But in the end, Seth Rollins was the man who pinned Roman Reigns, and this is something that I will quite frankly not forget, that the first time that they faced each other in a singles match on a pay-per-view, Seth Rollins was the man to win the match. And then Dean Ambrose cashed in and won the title. So Dean Ambrose did exactly what he said on Raw that he would do. And he did it. And he's now the second man in history They cashed in on the same night that he won it. How ironic is that? Kane was the first man in history to cash in his Money in the Bank contract the same night he won it, way back in 2010, when he cashed it in against Rey Mysterio after Rey Mysterio had just defeated Jack Swagger to retain his title. And now Dean Ambrose does the same thing. He cashes in on Seth Rollins right after he had just defeated Roman Reigns in a really excellent fashion. So with that being said, that wraps up my WWE Money in the Bank review videos. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do that. Or put a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure to comment, subscribe, thumbs up. And I'll see you guys and talk to you guys another day. Peace.